Hello and welcome to the cello tutorials. My name is Sofia Kotvaure and I'm a teacher and the deputy at the Royal College of Music in London. Bow hold and 9 most common mistakes. Mistake number 1. Thumb goes through. Why is dangerous? It will dramatically reduce your bow control. Therefore, what you need to do is go back how to establish the bow hold and do it step by step. Get your fingers on the frog or the heel, doesn't matter how you call it, frog, heel, froge. And now just copy me. Try to wiggle your thumb. Place it pointing at this leather part. And start sliding until you feel you reach the heel, the beginning of that heel. As soon as you've done that, well done. Bring it back and do all those exercises which I already showed you to get more familiar with your bow. Number 2, crumping your bow. And it usually looks like this. And why it's dangerous? Your thumb is dramatically tensed and that will rise the pain under your lower arm, and that's dangerous. It will reduce your flexibility. It will definitely lock your wrist, and the bow movement, instead of being nice, flexible, relaxed, and from this movement you will end up with this movement. And here it might be just psychological thing when you're thinking, oh my god, but I need to hold my bow because it's a bow hold. But the thing is, no, your string will hold your bow for you, and you need just to balance your bow on the string. That's it, it's right here. And try it. Try this way. Hold your bow and get a nice bow hold. And yes, if you have one of those mistakes, it will take you back to the very beginning, how to establish your bow hold. Mistake number 3, and this is really common. When you're falling on your pinky and your bow hold looks like this. So you have no space. The index finger is straight, and of course the thumb is straight. And you will be lucky if your thumb is not going through. That means your pinky is not strong enough. So what you need to do is, again, start from the very beginning, have a nice bow hold. But you will need to make this little one work hard. And do you remember the pinky push-up? Do it. So bring your fingers, lie down more on the index finger and stand on the pinky. Stand with the pinky on the stick, and here you are. So the pinky now is making sure that the bow is not falling down, and now push the pinky down, release, push the pinky down, release. Practice it, because what we need is the space here. So you generally can get your finger here and you have a nice space, and the pinky is curved, all the knuckles are curved. If that will help, think more, lean on the index finger. Do all the exercises, starting from this painting, adding the fingers, and you will notice that, okay, my pinky is not the main. The main is index finger, and all your weight and all your forte is right here. Because the weight of the arm is passing through the index finger. But with this position, your weight will stuck in between of the fingers. Number 4, pinky on top. And if you're playing the violin, that will be your mistake. The difference between the violin bow and the cello bow is our bow is much heavier, just because our instrument is much bigger and the strings are thicker. Therefore, the pinky should be on board, so it should be right here, not standing on the top, but it should be touching your frog. But what about the push-ups? It would be easier to keep it on. And the answer is no, because for the better balance, you will benefit more if your pinky will stay together with the other fingers. If your pinky is dramatically short, which might happen, then of course it will be able to reach only the little corner right here. But again, try not to stay on top, push it lower. Number 5, when you're playing, the hairs are turned too much inside or outside. And what might help you is think that the fingers are pointing down. If you have the habit of turning them inside, then your fingers, they will be pointing at you. If the habit is opposite, you turn too much out, that means that 80% that your fingers are flat and you are pointing somewhere there, but not down to the floor. So point them down and control this movement when you are playing. And you will need to do all the exercises from the lesson number 6, or how to establish the good bow hold. Constantly controlling them, observing them. And the truth is, the hairs should be parallel to the floor. And if you will put your bow on the floor and take it to the string, you will notice that you already are not playing with the full hairs, because that will make your hand to turn a little bit inside. So to make it completely parallel to the floor, so take it really carefully on the string, you will notice that, okay, so part of my hairs, they are already off the string. But if you exaggerate and you do them too much, you will end up playing with a stick. Can you hear that noise? And what happens if you're pointing them too much out? The thumb definitely will go through, and that will force you to have a terrible tension in your right hand. And the sound is not good. Number 6, thumb on the wrong place. Sometimes the students, they're holding the thumb under the index finger, where they're trying to go through this little hole here. If your thumb is under the index finger, then check. Definitely your thumb is straight. If you're trying to push it inside this little hole, yes, your thumb will be curved, but you will need more effort to hold the bow, because the balance between the fingers is already bad. Number 7, flat fingers or knuckles. And it looks like this. So everything is flat and tensed. What you can do is try to do this lifting exercise when you're trying to catch the bow and pull it together with you. So first you're trying it really lightly, almost just touching the frog, but then you're doing more and more, trying to involve your bow to this motion in your right hand. And you will need to do another exercises as well, so please check them. Number 8, when the fingers are too much down here and you're trying to curve them. That looks super unnatural, and it feels as well. Try to build up the bow hold step by step. Yes, if you have a long fingers, you might go slightly off the hairs with the index finger and off the frog with the third finger, but going off with the middle finger is absolutely fine. But don't force and don't go too deep, because this is not good if you have a standard fingers. And number 9, when the fingers are too close to each other. Even if you're having the nicely curved fingers, they might end up like this, or they might end up like this. And that means, again, your hand is tensed. You need to work on getting relaxed and flexible fingers. So hold your bow with the left and try to tickle a little bit. Shake, place them, tickle, get the thumb on the place and stop. That's it. All of those bad habits, they will reduce the quality of your sound, the control of your sound, flexibility of your arm, fingers and the wrist. If you really want to have smooth, seamless bow change and the good quality when you're playing through the bow, please correct them. And you will need to spend time, and your practice will be super slow. Even playing one crochet will take you ages, but that will bring you a great result. Start correcting without the cello, then do just an open strings on your cello, constantly observing your right hand. Plus refer to your feelings as well. Do you feel tensed? Yes, stop, tickle, do something, relax, shake, then continue. If you feel a pain already here, be very careful. Maybe even you will need to reduce the amount of your practice to not make it worse. And it's always because of your thumb. I hope this video was useful. If you liked it, please put the thumb up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, please comment them below and I will try my best to answer them as quick as possible. Have a good practice and we'll see you next time.